Oh my god, the final scene. It broke me. The characters in this show, throughout the 4 seasons, you get to know them. You learn to care about them. Because they're all broken in their own ways. And some of them you can possibly even identify with, because they have, some of them, like common ailments that a lot of us have. Obviously ones like Negative Man, who blew up in space and got radiation burns and is himself basically a giant radioactive thing. Not that common. But things like depression and anxiety and like that's the kind of things that are very, very common today. A lot of these characters have that. So you identify with them, and when the ending comes for each character, you feel it. And this is, unfortunately, the end of Doom Patrol, Season 4, Part 2. Immortus rises in the form of Isabel Feathers, who played the Blob Lady in the play Cloverton. And when we first meet Madame Rouge, played by Michelle Gomez, Isabel's accidentally knocked into the time stream, and as we learn, she ends up turning into Immortus, or Immortus takes over her body. But the big thing with this particular half of the season is that the team has lost their longevity. They are no longer immortal. They are aging rapidly. They are dying. And it's like, please tell me this is not how the series is going to end. Maybe, maybe not. If you have not seen the final episode, I will not spoil it, because it is 100% worth watching. It's 100% just worth sitting there and just enjoying watching the finale of one of the best things to come out of the DCEU. And everybody involved with the show. Diane Guerrero is absolutely phenomenal. She is Crazy Jane. She plays multiple characters, because this character, Crazy Jane, has multiple personalities. You know, when you're in the underground, they're played by different people. But when they're on above ground, I guess, on Earth, Diane Guerrero is portraying each and every one of them herself. And she does them all to a T. She does them all perfectly. And, you know, she was great in Orange is the New Black. But this right here, Doom Patrol, really sets her apart. April Bowlby as Elasti-Woman, she is fantastic. Jovian Wade is Victor Stone / Cyborg, and he is a million times better Cyborg than Ray Fisher ever was. It helps that he had 4 seasons to develop the character, but still, he's a way better Cyborg. The legendary Timothy Dalton, he returns in a flashback of sorts, so we get a bit of closure with the Chief. Matt Bomer is the voice of Negative Man, and he's another character that you can really connect with. Not the fact that he's covered in radiation burns, but like his mental state. Michelle Gomez, you know, she was one of the absolute best additions to this cast when she appeared as Madame Rouge. And of course, Brendan Fraser, the voice of Robot Man, Cliff Steele. Doom Patrol really was the start of the Renaissance, and it's sad to kind of see it come full circle and to see it end, because even though it's just his voice, and we do see him in live action as Cliff Steele once in a while, but he is just so goddamn good. And this half season really keeps in tone with the overall tone of the Doom Patrol as a series. It's serious, it's funny, it's got a gigantic musical number, which is actually amazing. There's the butts are back, but now they're were-butts. They're people that can turn into butts. And it's absolutely ridiculous, but it's amazing. If I have any gripe with this last half of the final season, it's that Dorothy and Space Case, they just kind of disappear. We do see Space Case come back in the final episode with a bit of closure that includes Crazy Jane, but it's like for the final mission, the final couple episodes, they're just gone. Even in the final episode, Dorothy isn't even there. We don't even get closure with Dorothy, but ultimately, we do get closure with all of our main characters. Jane, Rita, Cliff, Vic, Larry, Madame Rouge, all of them. Some are happier endings than others, and it's that final scene with one of the characters that just tears flowed, man. I wish the show was not canceled because it was perfect for introducing the weird and wild of DC Comics. Now, I guess they can kind of do that with Creature Commandos, which is an animated show that's going to be coming up eventually, but they already had the perfect show and the perfect cast. So it's disappointing to see James Gunn let it end, but it ended the only way it could have. It ended perfectly, and it goes out as the absolute best thing to ever come out of the DCEU, period. I give Doom Patrol Season 4, Part 2, the finale. I give it an A.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.